Howdy, I'm back. So, I'm gonna wait a minute or two, and then I'll tell you to get out your BOSU ball. No thanks. Welcome to Modality Mondays. I am really big into different fitness modalities and having lots of fun toys. So every week on Modality Monday, I talk about a different modality. And by popular request, popular as in like two people as opposed to one person, we're going to talk about a BOSU ball this week. Now, some of you may not have one, but that's okay. We'll talk about it anyway, and you can take this information and store it in your bucket of knowledge so that the next time you get to go to the gym, you can do this. Or maybe you'll see this workout and you'll be like, I want to buy a BOSU ball. And if you can, well, go for it. All right, so what do I want to say about a BOSU ball? This is the BOSU ball. So I have, I don't know which model I have. I have the balance trainer. I think this is like the standard model. So it's fairly big. This is like a couple of feet across, like 2.5 feet across maybe. It weighs about 14 pounds, so it's got some heft to it. So it's, you can use it for some weight stuff, which I'll show you in a little bit. The designers originally named it hold on, I have to look this up because this is sort of ridiculous. Bionic Oscillatory Stabilization Unit, BOSU. But now if you ask them, they just say, it stands for both sides up. Get it? Like both sides up. Okay, I'm not gonna, the marketing's a little weak, but you've probably seen these at the gym. And it's called both sides up because you can do exercises balanced, with this flat surface up, and you can do exercises with, the rounded side up. I'm going to show you exercises today using both sides, obviously. A lot of people seem to think that when you're standing on it like this, that's a lot more complicated just because it's so hard to get on the BOSU ball. I personally think that balancing with this side up is more challenging because once you get on the ball with the flat side up, it sort of takes out some of the balance portion of it, like it sort of levels it out. You have a nice flat surface to stand on. Whereas when I'm standing on the rounded side, as you'll see, I feel like you have to make a lot more micro adjustments in your balancing. So I find that a little bit harder myself personally. But you can compare as I do these moves and see like, oh no, that girl, no, she's. So why do people like to use BOSU balls? BOSU balls are very good for working on rehabilitation, especially like for people who are getting mobility back and balance. Older populations like to use it. Also, it's very good for developing good proprioception. So what is proprioception? So if you close your eyes and I tell you to put your hand over your head, how do you know that your hand is over your head? I'm not looking at my hand overhead, but I know that my hand is over my head. That's because my body, that's your proprioception. You know, your body tells your arm to move up. It knows where your arm is and your hand is in relation to your body. And that's just one example. So being on a BOSU ball can help with balance and proprioception. So a lot of times, if you want to just get like some extra balance in, do some upper body movements while standing on a BOSU ball. And that's all you have to do. So it's really good for just adding in more balance. And when you do add balance into a regular resistance move, it works the core more and you burn more calories and everybody's happy. Yay. Why would you not want to use a BOSU ball? So you're not going, if you want to lift really heavy, okay, like, I want to lift like 200 pounds. Don't do that on a BOSU ball. Like, that's not what it's really meant for. When you do exercises on the BOSU ball, you'll want to lower your weight from what you would normally do in a regular standing position because you're adding a balance element and you don't want to kill yourself. So yeah, you're not going to be like lying on the BOSU ball, bench pressing like 300 pounds. Okay, that's not what it's for. The other thing is that if you're training for a particular sport, you do not want to add BOSU ball. You don't want to do that in replacement of what you would normally do for your sport. So there was a study that was done, and basically what they did, they had two groups of athletes, and one group did their normal, I can't remember if it was like lacrosse or something, or football or something like that. So they did their regular workouts, and then the other group did like 1 or 2 resistance workouts on the BOSU ball in replacing what they would normally do. And what they found was that the people who did the BOSU ball, relative to the people who were training for that, the other teammates training for that sport, actually didn't do as well. And that's because of the principle of specificity. So if you practice something, you are getting good at that particular thing. So if you want to get good at lacrosse, being on the BOSU ball ain't really going to help you with that. So being on the BOSU ball is going to help you at balancing on the BOSU ball. So like I said, it's good for balance and core work. I would not recommend it for if you are training as an athlete for something particular, it's fun to add on, but I wouldn't use that for, particular sports training. Like we're going to do a balance thing and that's going to help with our agility. No, it won't do that. It'll help you with the balance. But if you want balance work in general, it's great. And it's a lot of fun. And like I said, it's a fun modality. I like to throw it in and add things up. All right. So I've been talking for a long time. Is there anything else I wanted to say? So the BOSU ball, it weighs 14 pounds. It has handles. You can grab it by the handles or you can use it flat-handed. Also, when I bought my BOSU ball, it came with these really old, really cheesy videos that are not of particular interest. One of them has, some of the workouts are pretty good that come with it. But one of the workout videos has a very young Chalene Johnson. And if you watch, if you do any Beachbody videos, Chalene Johnson, Chalene Extreme, you'll be like, oh, hey, I know her. I've done a lot of Beachbody videos. I'm not gonna lie. Not too many of hers, though. I didn't buy her series, but I have some bootleg copies. Shh, don't tell anybody. All right, I have blabbered on for too long, so I'm going to start my timer, and I'm going to show you 10 moves, 1 minute a move, that you can do with your BOSU ball. So I am going to start with it flat side down, here we go. I have a couple of weights. So if you have weights or cans of food or whatever you want to do, I'm going to do 1 minute. You'll see in a minute where I do some upper body stuff on here. So anyway, without further ado, in 6 seconds, here we go. 3, 2, 1. So first you can just do like a side to side hop. Like I said, you get a little bit of instability as you go into that side lunge, and as you jump up, you can also, remember, stepping is always fine. It's your standard modification. So again, I'm trying to get a little lower in that squat lunge. Keeping my back flat. Whew. Okay. 20 more seconds. So step. And hop. We'll hop in there. So in 10 seconds, I'm going to grab my weights. 3, 2, 1. So, let's say you want to lift weights. If you do a lot of upper body stuff, you can just stand on the ball. And so all you're doing is adding that extra bit of stabilization while you're doing upper body. So, doing upper body that's not too heavy on a BOSU ball is really good because you're working proprioception and balance with your lower body, and it's not impacting your upper body as much. However, see if I can back it up a little bit, back that thing up. So, if you start doing alternating, changes your balance a little more, gives you a little bit more of a challenge, as opposed to if you were Doing it more evenly, both arms at the same time. 2, 1. So I'm gonna flip this thing over. And again, I usually hold on to one side, put one foot on, and get the other foot up. I personally don't have a lot of trouble getting into this position, but some people do. You can just do squats, uni body weight squats. Again, don't do a ton of weight. I always think it's funny because, especially if you're new to this, you get like the leg wobble. You're just balancing. And as you get better over time, you'll have less of a wobble in your legs. So again, you could do this squat with the ball flipped over on the other side. Totally fine. It's, whatever you find more challenging or whatever you want to do. If you find this side easier, maybe start with this and then progress to the other side. Okay. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Step off the ball carefully. So now I'm going to get into plank. And I like to keep my thumbs in handles. So I'm just going to lean side to side in the plank. Do some rotation in the side core. I'm going to work more of that in a minute. Actually, first I'm going to show you my balance struggles on the other side. Like I said, some people consider flat side up more challenging to stand on. Some people consider first side up more challenging. We got 13 more seconds. I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to do some single leg balance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, like I said, I just have my foot into the ankle, locked in. And for me, like I said, I find that I'm making a lot of micro adjustments. I like to do this with my shoes off actually, but helps me grab the ball a little better. But, you can just balance on one foot. I'm going to switch sides. And I like to step in with my foot right on top of the ball. So right on that center circle. And again, my gaze is down so I can focus on a point, so I can work on my balance. Woo, see? Tricky, tricky. And if you're feeling really fancy pants, woo, 3 seconds, 2, 1. Now I flip this over. You can also have your hands just straight on here. So you can do a lot of plank moves. So you can lift the leg, knee in. Lift the leg, knee in. I'm going to switch sides. Lift the leg, knee in. If you were just doing my lower body workout, you're doing a lot of leg lifts and plank. All of the plank moves you can do on the surface. And as you can feel your core engage, that much more. And I can't even remember, what I'm doing. Leg lift, and in. Leg lift, and in. Now, again, I could hold on to the sides if I want. Slightly different, wider base of support. Up to you. Gotta figure out what challenge you want. See what's more challenging for you. 2, 1. Okay. So obviously, you can also just lay down, do some side crunches. Here I have my legs out. You can also have one knee tucked in, wider base of support. Lots of fun. Just doing a simple side crunch. Keeping the core engaged. 3 seconds. I'm going to flip. 2, 1. What? Now, if you really want to be super fly, you can try to get into a balance. Trying to find your balance on here can be challenging. And I don't quite have it. So I'm just gonna have my feet down for these last 5 seconds. 2, 1. Okay, so next, you kickstand to jump up. Touch the ball, hop up. So again, just taking a little hop on the ball, work on your balance. So again, if you're not quite there, don't do a hop, just do a step. I'm gonna switch sides. I'm gonna try not to run into the side of the wall. 10 more seconds. We're going to another good core pose. 2, 1. You can just do boat pose. And again, finding your balance is always a fun challenge. Like I said, there are a lot of little micro adjustments. Whew. Keeping your core engaged. Again, if you're feeling fancy, can you get your legs straight? Woo! And sometimes I'll feel like, for legs straight, you sort of got to reposition on the center of the ball. Finding your position can be half the battle sometimes. But then you get it, you lock in, and you can see I'm having a lot of fun. Core's engaged, legs shaking. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh goodness. All right, so I'm just gonna use this as a weight. Burpees, here we go. So out, do a little plank jack, lift up, jump out into the plank. I'm adding a little plank jack. I have my thumbs in the handles, so I can just get right up and jump and grab the BOSU ball. So again, 14 pounds, not trivial, and it's a little unwieldy. So, it's a good workout. Put 14 pounds over your head. If you wanted, you could add a push-up. Oh my gosh. Plank jack, push-up. You have 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right. There you go. 10 moves on a BOSU ball. There are a million others. I just sort of picked some highlights. So that concludes Modality Mondays. Tell me what you think. What modality do you want to see next? I'm happy to go over all of it with you. Well, everything that I have at my house. We're a little limited, but we'll make it work. So until next time, take care. Have a great day. Love you. Bye.